Oh my gosh, really big question, and something that I'm really proud of. A lot of people mistakenly think that my show is about a big fat white American guy that runs around the world shoving bugs in his mouth. And while that's happened once or twice before, that's actually the least important part of what we do. I tried to create a show that, in a world where everybody talks about the things that divide us, different skin color, different language, different sexuality, different spirituality, different politics, different religion, I wanted to have conversations about the things that we all loved, which was food. Food is the great commonality, more so I think than math or music. If you take away somebody's quadratic equation or you take away their boombox, they'll punch you in the mouth. But if you take away their rice or their bread, there's blood in the fucking streets. I mean, that's just the way it happens. We genetically, we swim in food, and food is in us. And it is, I think, the way specifically Westerners, Americans, Europeans interpret other culture first is through food. Before we will take a risk and invest in the people, which is sad, the music, the art, the lifestyle, we'll try their food. And if you see the foods that are the most popular, and I'll speak for my own culture, in white middle America, those are the Mexican, Chinese, the stuff that we sort of absorb right away through food most easily. I thought that if I wanted to tell stories about a culture through food, that it would be best to do it using stories that people hadn't heard before. I think food with a story is better than food without one, but food with a story that people haven't heard about is best of all, right? So those stories are found at the fringes of culture. So rather than go to the tourist market here in the center of town, where everybody else goes, and anybody who comes to this city will go on the first day, right? I would rather go an hour outside into the country and be with a family that's harvesting rice, and when the rats scurry, the rice rats, they eat them, and it's a treasured delicacy. They only eat it 3 or 4 times a year whenever they harvest rice. Once the harvest is over, the rats scurry. They don't bother to trap them anymore. So I think it's important to tell those kind of stories and honor that part of culture. I think what's really fascinating about a place like Vietnam today is that, and I come back here every 3 or 4 years, is that the first time I came here about 8 years ago, young people were only interested in, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And their grandparents were very afraid they were going to lose that generation of 10, 12, 13-year-olds. Now, those kids, young adults, are in college or out of college, and they're more interested in the food in the countryside and in their grandparents' food as a cultural renaissance than anything else. So I'm thrilled to see the food culture be appreciated for what it is here.